jeszcze raz wkręcił manetkę gazu. Ermolenko teraz zbliżył się do Tomasza Golloba, który po prostu jedzie troszeczkę wolniej na tym ostatnim okrążeniu. On też pamięta, że jest to 6 okrążeń w tym wyścigu, a więc Gollob przed samym Ermolenką.
Goes from gate 2, he jetted from the tapes last time out, and Lawrence Hare with his first ride, a Suffolk-born lad. He comes from Emslet nearby, previously rode for Rye House, Edinburgh and Newport, as well as Ipswich here. Number 7, there is Steve Johnson. There is the
yeah, the track's looking really good tonight. There's lots of grip there around the inside, and the dirt's moving out nicely. I'm very, very excited to watch Tomasz Gollob in this race.
It's going to be interesting as Tomasz Gollob goes there. They're going to have to watch him from gate number 3. Wait for the tape scuff and away they go. And Gollob it is screaming from gate 3 to pick up the apex of the bend, but Johnston is putting him under pressure. Gollob picks it up down the back straight, opens up a lead. Johnston in second. Now the man in 4th place is Lawrence Hare as he's pushed to the back by the talents of Phil Morris moving through. But out front, Tomasz Gollob, fast, furious, and certainly pleasing the Ipswich fans here as he stretches it down the back straight ahead of the man in yellow and black, that flying Aussie Steve Johnston. Johnson picks it up, and at the back, the fence has collapsed in a heap. And at the back, way up on the far corner, there's Lawrence Hare. Well, certainly the referee, Jim McGregor, stopping that one. And it's going to be a fair time before that fence is repaired, because Lawrence Hare made a complete hash of that one and demolished half of the Vauxhall Stadium here. Here's how it happened.
Well, we can see Lawrence Hare has a big blast around the outside. Too much there on the gas, runs totally out of track, straight under the safety fence. Fortunately, that fence is quite safe in as far as there's no post behind it. It's collapsible, but it's going to take quite a while to get that back together. But I'm sure he's going to get excluded for being the stoppage of the race, Tony.
Well, it looks as if it's if you can read those lights, the white light is on, which means Lawrence Hare is the rider who's excluded is on gate 3 in the blue helmet colours for Ipswich. So far, no reserve replacements, so far no tactical substitution, and so far very little between the teams throughout the meeting, and it's going to be like that right through to the end. We have now 5 more heats to go. Remember, the final heat, heat 15, is over 6 laps, but this one is important once again for both teams. That is Tomasz Gollob we're looking down, Poland's highest paid sportsman. That is Jan Stakeman. Back to Gollob on the inside there, wearing a helmet colour of his own design, last year's design, I believe that is. And Tomasz Gollob yet to win a heat tonight. He's had a few problems, but, well, he thinks it could all change. We heard from him in the pits, and he thinks perhaps he's got his machinery back in order. All the riders holding back. Our starting marshal, Ray Chinnery, in that colourful outfit, trying to get them back up to tapes. As we look down, the referee dead in line, Jim McGregor, in charge tonight. But now, the riders settling down on the tapes for this heat 11, just 3 points in it. The home team in front now, away they go. Gollob picks it up on the inside. Wiltshire comes across with a vengeance, and the man from Sydney is stretching his lead, and down the outside in blue goes Sal Clouting, but Tomasz Gollob picks it up now. He's going to take up Wiltshire. Wiltshire is coming down this straight in front and stretching the lead. Gollob has work to do. A fine ride at the moment by the Aussie as Gollob goes wide.
Yeah, Wiltshire's such a good starter. We saw him, a beautiful start he made there, and Gollob's really got no answer to him. Gollob's trying everything. He's riding the wide line, he's trying inside, outside, but as it stands at the moment, Wiltshire's actually pulling away, and Savilas Clouting is putting Gollob under pressure.
Well, certainly efforts there from Todd Wiltshire, the 30-year-old Australian from Sydney, is looking classy. He's looking with the style that he had when he did so well in that World Final back in 1990. Gollob is now in 2nd place. Clouting is 3rd. Back at the rear is Jan Stakeman. The points will be shared in this one if it stays like this as they come towards the checkered flag, as they do now with Todd Wiltshire, the rider in white, taking it. Gollob does a wheelie in red. In 3rd place in blue there is Sal Clouting. The points are shared at 3 points apiece. It's now 34 to Ipswich. It's now 31 to Oxford. It's still desperately tight, but Todd Wiltshire there, the winner in flying from the inside. Chris Louis, the Ipswich captain, with 3 wins out of 3 goes from gate 2. Steve Johnston, who's only been beaten by an opponent once tonight in his 4 rides, goes from gate 3. And Tomasz Gollob, who so far has not produced too many highlights tonight, he goes from the outside. So this complete league meeting here, and proving splendid entertainment for the fans in this balmy summer's evening. Breeze getting up a bit though now. riders. A little bit impatient at tapes there. Nerve ends jangling. That's Wiltshire on the inside. Next to him in red is Chris Louis. Motors roar, up go the tapes, the battle is joined. Louis picks it up. Gollob goes round the outside. Gollob and Louis in front. The Ipswich fans cheer because this is what they wanted to see. This will open up a gap now of 7 points going into the final 2 heats if it stays like this. But the challenge is on. Gollob picks it up on the outside ahead of Chris Louis. Back in third place is Steve Johnson. Disappointing, but Todd Wiltshire at the rear. A lap and a half gone. It's going very much the way of the Ipswich Witches, and Thomas Gollob, the star pole, picking up the grip, picking up the speed on the outside. His teammate and partner Chris Louis is on the inside. It's Ipswich all the way with a lap and a half to go. They've got this in control.
Yeah, that's right, Tony. There's something going on here that not a lot of people will perhaps notice. Thomas Gollob's bike isn't particularly very fast, and Chris Louis is riding a fantastic captain's race here. He's shielding him from the opposition. On that first turn, he let Gollob run around the outside, held the opposition back, and he's just now riding in convoy with him for this 5-1.
And it is a 5-1, picked up by Thomas Gollob ahead of Chris Louis. And in third place there is Steve Johnson. Just the result they wanted, Ipswich. 5 points to 1. They take that heat. They lead by 42 points to 35. A 7-point lead for the home side as they go into the last 2 heats. And this Bunyan on the inside from the home club Ipswich. Gate 2, Brent Werner, that reserve for Hull. Gate 3, the superstar, Thomas Gollob on the outside. Former world champion Sam Ermolenko and Billy Hamill. They really mustn't, the visitors Hull, let Ipswich get too far in front.
Look at Sam Ermolenko. He's looking down. He knows he's got to make the start on Thomas Gollob, otherwise he doesn't have a shot. He's lining up close to gate 3 as close as he can, and he wants to just get across.
Well, it's going to be vital, the gate, isn't it?
Very, very vital here. It's a little bit of a funnel effect into that first turn.
Here we go there. The tapes go up, but there's the battle joy between the 2 big guns. And Ermolenko has got to battle now because Thomas Gollob is out. But look at Sam coming through. We got a race on here with the pole on the outside, the American on the inside. The pole for the home team Ipswich is way out in front now and gaining in speed ahead of Sam Ermolenko. Brent Werner's through for a share of the points in second place, and back at the rear, Jason Bunyan. But this man, Thomas Gollob, is really flying.
Yeah, he looks very comfortable riding the outside line of the track. He's just getting those first race jitters out of the way, and he's pulling away now. He's just looking more and more comfortable lap after lap.
Thomas Gollob stretching his lead out front with a lap and a quarter to go. Ahead of in second place, Sam Ermolenko. Brent Werner is looking back because they're going to get a share of the points, because at the rear, Jason Bunyan is struggling and he's nowhere. But look at this flyer. Thomas Gollob is taking this like a pinch of salt. He's going wider and wider, faster and faster. A big wheelie and the checkered flag to reward the popular pole here at Ipswich as Thomas Gollob takes that with a vengeance. That is 3 points apiece. It's now 59 in favour of Ipswich as Thomas Gollob takes the checkered flag. His money, Billy, doesn't he?
He certainly does. He's gallivanting around the continent week in and week out.
There we are. Here's the lineup then for Heat 7. On the inside, Shane Parker for Hull. Next to him, the big man, Thomas Gollob. Gate 3 is Ray Morton for Hull, and on the outside is Brett Woodfield in blue. That man there in the white helmet colours, the Aussie Shane Parker. Vital perhaps that the Hull riders here, Parker and Morton, make the game. Here we go. Under the tapes of 5, and look who's in front. Thomas Gollob again. If they head him from there, it'll be amazing. He's so fast, he's so furious. He went wider than most on that first bend. He's picked it up, and now he's opening it up like a street. But for Hull, the men are in second and third place. Parker in second. In third place is Ray Morton, and Brett Woodfield's at the back. This is a share of the points, but another example of just how good the man out front ahead of this lot is Thomas Gollob in the red helmet colours with 2 laps to go. Even time for a wheelie along the home straight, Billy.
He looks so relaxed riding here. He certainly knows his track well. He rides a wide line. He's actually had a tendency to knock the fence down from time to time. He rides so wide. So he's just looking very confident. He actually made a perfect start.
He's got everything right on his bike too. He's got the line right that he's riding. He's got the speed. A challenge at the back at the moment facing him from Brett Woodfield. There we see Woodfield in white putting the challenge on. But out front there in the checkered flag, Thomas Gollob does does another wheelie in front of Parker, closing the gap. In third place in yellow is Ray Morton. That's another split of the points. It's now 25 to 17 that Ipswich are in front. But Tomasz Gollob, the highest paid sportsman in Poland, the leader of the Grand Prix, is looking quicker than anybody. His name tonight goes from gate 2 for the home side Ipswich. Joe Screen goes from gate 3 and Tomasz Gollob from the outside, and we're expecting one of those arrow trips to the first bend just like before, Billy.
Yeah, certainly the night has belonged to Tomasz Gollob. I mean, he's just been outstanding right from start to finish, and he's just gloating right now.
There he is in the blue helmet colours, the 28-year-old from Bydgoszcz, who rides in his home country in the next Grand Prix in 9 days' time at Wrocław. You can see it here on Sky, but here we go for the 6-lap finale tonight. And there goes Gollob from the outside across, and from here on for 6 laps. Well, Tomasz Gollob will surely take it away now. Back in second place in yellow there is Sam Ermolenko. In third place is Tony Svar. Joe Screen looking up, but Tomasz Gollob going faster and faster. Coming through in second place is Tony Svar, but coming back well is Sam Ermolenko. A ding-dong battle there in second place, but out front too. It's all happening there behind this man out front, Tomasz Gollob. But look at those two battling in second place. Tony Svar in red, in yellow there is Sam Ermolenko. Tomasz Gollob miles away, but the action there, look at that, Billy Hamill.
Wow, that is unreal. The track is changing each and every lap, and look at, they're leaving each other a little bit of enough racing room. Sam's working it on the outside, and there's Svar on the inside. Oh, look at Gollob. He's just milking the track, milking it for everything it's worth.
Well, he seems to be in a class of his own here tonight, the flying pole, because with a lap and a half to go, Tomasz Gollob is some 25 metres in front of the field, with Sam Ermolenko now in second place.
Now, right here is where fatigue sets in. Let's see what they can do. They got to hold on. These guys aren't used to this. This is an extra couple laps, and Speedway is a very short, explosive sport.
Well, it is indeed, but with half a lap to go, Tomasz Gollob isn't finding it too difficult there. And there is your first televised maximum. There is the wheelie. There's the celebrations. And what a night it's been for Tomasz Gollob, because the home team wins that one by 4 points to 2. It's 51-39 in favour of Ipswich. But the night has been all about the 28-year-old from Bydgoszcz. Is he the best rider in the world? On tonight's showing, certainly close to it, Billy.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, he was just fantastic tonight. Obviously his home track, but look at him, he's just enjoying it and milking it and lapping it up. And certainly he's definitely preparing himself for the Grand Prix, the next Grand Prix in his backyard. And I know I'm going to be against him, so I'm certainly going to have to be on my tippy toes.
Well, I know that Billy Hamill, look at the aerobatics, look at the balance, and look at the talent of that man, Tomasz Gollob. No wonder he gets a lot of money in Poland, and look at the efforts of Tony Svar. Tony Svar down the back straight, but we're watching Gollob, and he's waving to the crowd.
Look at the tractor, man.
Hansen on the inside in blue for Kings Lynn. Gate 2, Jason Bunyan for Ipswich, the 2 reserves. The heat leaders, Lee Adams for Kings Lynn, goes from gate 3. And on the outside, Tomasz Gollob, of course, the fabulous pole, the man who provides us with so much splendid entertainment in the Grand Prix series. And, of course, always a little bit of controversy. Tell the danger. Tomasz Gollob yet to get a maximum this season. Starling Marshall moves away, and they fly. Tomasz Gollob from the outside cuts across in his pursuit. In yellow, there is Jason Bunyan. Round the outside in red goes Lee Adams. The chase is on out front between the star pole, Tomasz Gollob, and top Aussie at the moment, Lee Adams. Both Grand Prix riders, and Adams is making his play. And this is going to be 3 laps of fantastic speedway between these two out front.
Yeah, the circuit's quite slippery in the middle of the track there. We saw Lee Adams move to the outside on that new bit of shale out there. There's a bit of consistency out wide, but Tomasz Gollob saw him coming, and now Tomasz has moved out to cover that line.
It looks to me as if Tomasz Gollob is taking exactly the line that Lee Adams wanted, and perhaps Lee Adams is getting some of that shale and lime up on his visor, because it's not easy for him. All problems at the back, and the tumble there goes Jason Bunyan in yellow. We're on to the last lap. The lights are flashing. The referee will stop this and probably award it to white, red, blue as they get into that situation, which means it'll be a split of the points at 3-all, and it'll be 13-11 in favour of the home side. So the referee confirming that that's the result. The regulations are that if the riders were on the last lap when he stops the race, he may award the race. There is Mick Bates, our referee, himself a former rider. He's now a police inspector down the road in Suffolk, and certainly, well, accidents form part of his brief, and he knows how to look at these, PC. The 19-year-old Aussie Travis McGowan for Kings Lynn. Thomas Gollob, the superstar from Poland, goes from gate 2. Jason Lyons, the guest rider in the red helmet colours, the Bellevue rider from Mildura in Australia, goes for Kings Lynn. On the outside, it's the Ipswich reserve, Lawrence Hare. This is heat 6, remember, 18-12. He has the ability. There'll be quite a battle between he and the man in red, Jason Lyons, in this one. Away they go, and Gollob gets the flyer. Lyons is right with him. Look at the two of them into that bend. Lyons picks it up. Gollob is relegated back to third. He will fight back down the outside. We've got a battle on our hands here, because out front is the guest rider, Jason Lyons from Bellevue. He's now being pursued by Tomasz Gollob. A mistake by Gollob on that first bend, and now he's got to make up for it.
Yeah, certainly Jason wasn't fazed by that first ride slide off, because he didn't give anything whatsoever there to Tomasz Gollob. Thomas has got a very hard man reputation, but Jason Lyons just went for it around that first turn, Tony.
Half the race to go, and Jason Lyons is out front and going very, very well indeed. Tomasz Gollob, we see there in second place, hardly making ground. Back in third place is Travis McGowan, the young Aussie. Lawrence Hare is struggling at the back, but with a lap to go, Jason Lyons is going to provide another heat victory, surely, for the Kings Lynn team that have already provided 3 of the 5 heat winners so far. But now, into the final bend, and there in red is the guest rider, Jason Lyons. The applause and cheers of the Kings Lynn fans ahead of Tomasz Gollob in second place. In third place, it's Travis McGowan. Yet again, Tomasz Gollob is going to be, well, done away from a chance of a maximum. He's yet to get one this season, but Jason Lyons there, the only man to get an 18-point maximum this season, is earning his corn here for Kings Lynn. Who is Matty Furrion for Ipswich, who's looked good most of the night. Shane Parker, the Aussie, goes from gate 3 for Kings Lynn. But watch the outside. Watch Tomasz Gollob. He's in gate 5. Here now will only be a draw for Ipswich.
That's right, would only be a draw, but certainly everything to race for. It's very difficult to come from behind in the wet.
Here they go, and a great start for the Ipswich pair. Gollob goes round the outside in yellow. Matty Furrion is with him, and this, if it stays like this, will be a 5-1 in favour of the visitors from Ipswich. And the last heat could be quite exciting as Ipswich try to earn a draw out of this local derby. Remember, Kings Lynn drew at Ipswich earlier in the season in the Elite, so they've had 145 all. There's been little between these teams in meetings so far today, or this year rather, and look at this today, PC.
Yeah, this is good team riding, because really the leader should actually ride wide, so he's not throwing that wet shale over his teammate. And certainly Steve Masters having a go here, but Tomasz Gollob's covering the inside, and on the outside Matty Furrion is riding a good ride. But look here, Steve Masters is having a real go.
A great effort by Masters. Is on a brand new Michael Lee. Oh! Masters takes his man out, and that was surely, I wonder how our referee will see that, because that was sad, that was unfortunate, and if it stays like this ensures a meeting victory for the home side. It was won by Tomasz Gollob in yellow, but I have to say there is disappointment for Matty Furrion, and we just have to see the two Kings Lynn men finishing in second and third, which means the share of the points is now 46-38. The home side has now a short of yellow, white, red. The referee has awarded it, and that is tremendous for Ipswich. The man in blue, Steve Masters, excluded for that incident, and that is what the visitors wanted.
Yeah, certainly the right decision. You see here, Masters dives up the inside there of Matty Furrion. Now he gets it out of control here, loses it altogether. He runs very wide, takes Matty Furrion right out to the outside. You can see Masters in the blue totally at fault there, and certainly pushes Matty Furrion into that very deep stuff, which is right out wide. This is another angle of it here. Masters dives up the inside. It looks as though he's passed him, but then he loses it on the inside, and he runs wider and wider, runs straight into the side. And I think that was a fantastic decision there from the referee.
Referee Mick Bates, himself a former rider for Ipswich. The lineup: Lee Adams, the guest, goes from the Lee Adams, the captain, goes for Kings Lynn from the inside. Tomasz Gollob, gate 2 for Ipswich. The guest, Jason Lyons, gate 3 for Kings Lynn. On the outside, Chris Louis. Sponsored tonight by J&K Glass and Glazing. I think nothing's been transparent here. They must have thoroughly enjoyed backing such a great meeting. And now, this is heat 15. Nervous at the start. Away goes our starting marshal. Up go the tapes and away they go. And Tomasz Gollob in yellow gets there first. Chris Louis goes round the outside. Look at the battle between Louis and Jason Lyons. Louis squeezed into the fence. Lyons comes through. And now Louis got to do it all again. But Gollob is out front. And there's going to be some team riding here from the Kings Lynn pair to keep it for them.
Yeah, that good bit of hard riding there from Jason Lyons certainly stopped Chris Louis' challenge, and Chris now has gone right to the back, so it's looking as though that's probably saved Kings Lynn's bacon here.
Well, Kings Lynn will win it with this because Tomasz Gollob is sailing away up front, but Chris Louis squeezed out, as Peter said, by man of the moment. A triumph for him as a guest rider here tonight. Jason Lyons with a lap and a quarter to go. The meeting is going the way of Kings Lynn Knights. Tomasz Gollob may be the man who's going to win this and win it by some margin, but the two men in second and third place. The wheelie from Tomasz Gollob, but that's not enough to celebrate victory for his team. Tomasz Gollob takes the checkered flag, but in second and third place, Jason Lyons and Lee Adams. The Australian pair from Mildura earns a share of the points for that heat at 3-all. It's Kings Lynn 47, Ipswich 43, the final score. It could hardly be closer. 6 times they bet this season, and 6 times it's been less than 8 points. Kings Lynn have won the handshakes all round. Tomasz Gollob won the heat, but the glory belongs to the Kings Lynn Knights. Peter Collins and Tomasz Gollob, the superstar from Poland, goes from gate 3, and David Norris, the white helmet colours, on the outside for Eastbourne.
And there he is on the starting gate. What a rider he is at the moment.
Well, the starting marshal walks away. Gollob looks across. He goes to the front like lightning. The battle is on for the minor placings now, but Gollob goes wide. Coming through for Eastbourne, David Norris. He locks up slightly there on the edge of the fence there, but now comes through and stays wide. In third place, Jason Bunyan. At the back for Eastbourne is Brent Collier. But now Norris is going to put pressure on Gollob out front. Perhaps Norris is picking the better line, but Gollob stretches it down the back straight. And we've got a race, I think, on our hands, PC.
Yeah, David Norris is riding very well. He's gaining there on Gollob. Gollob looked back and saw Norris challenging on the inside, but now Norris's bike puts out a big cloud of smoke there, but it's still running.
Norris in second place, Gollob at the front. The battle is joined by the 2 top riders. Trailing in blue is Jason Bunyan. Way at the back is Brent Collier. But now with a lap to go, Tomasz Gollob is there and Norris is down, and this is going to be another 5-1 to Ipswich. The challenge faded there. Norris's bike billowed smoke. He fell with it, and now he's out of the race going backwards. He's going the wrong way round. Could be problems here, but oh, there, and just about, I think, on the tapes, maybe Jason Bunyan beat his hero. We'll have to see there, but there's real problems here with Norris on the track. Controversy abounding here. And look at Norris here, because he's put his bike down, and I just wonder what has upset him. I think he feels that Tomasz Gollob did something, and there's problems here. Tomasz Gollob goes in the red helmet colour, beaten by Jason Bunyan on the line in his last race, but a good 5-1 for his team in that one. Dean Barker, so far hot for Eastbourne this week, or recent weeks, but not so good tonight. He needs to pick it up. And Brett Woodfield goes on the outside. Remember his perler that he took early on in heat number 2.
Let's see if he can do it in this one.
There we are. They look down with anticipation. Gollob looking across for the jump already. Where they go, Narling's got it on the inside. Gollob goes round the outside. Narling takes it wide, holds it tight, picks it up. Gollob will come through on the inside and does. A brilliant ride by the pole inside Narling. And now coming through, Brett Woodfield puts the challenge on Narling, who has work to do. Barker's at the back for Eastbourne, but the pole's out front, Tomasz Gollob. Narling has to chase in. The battle is joined there. We have Poland against Sweden, but we have Gollob picking it up and showing the speed up front. He's the master of rough tracks as anyone is Tomasz Gollob.
Yeah, great ride from Gollob. So determined on that first lap to get past Narling there. Narling's having a real good go, looking very, very fast. But Dean Barker's joined the hunt as well. Dean Barker there in the yellow helmet. He's got up to third place. Great ride from Dean. Barker
getting to grips with the track because he's outpaced Brett Woodfield at the back. And now we're into the last lap now with Gollob out front. Narling has the chase. Barker's in third place. Will get a share of the points and keep the gap the same. But Gollob's going to take the checkered flag here to the cheers of the home fans. In second place in white is Peter Narling. Dean Barker is third in yellow, which means a share of the points. It's 3 points apiece. It's now 26 to Ipswich, 15 to Eastbourne. A golden tactical in the next if they used it could change the whole battle. But Tomasz Gollob once again salutes the fans, and what a tremendous ride by this man who's the master of almost any track conditions, as we've seen in the Grand Prix. Josh Larson, the American from Eastbourne, goes from gate 2. Brett Woodfield, the man from Adelaide for Ipswich, goes from gate 3, and on the outside, Martin Dugard, the Eastbourne captain. That's the lineup. This is Heat 11, remember, and he's one of the world's great superstars of Speedway. And away he goes, he picks that up, he's to the bend first, and coming through on the inside and battling for Eastbourne to go around the outside is Martin Dugard. Eastbourne backing in second and third, but out front, that man Tomasz Gollob in the red helmet colours, while he's classy. On this track, he's on his own, and he won't be beaten from here unless something goes radically wrong.
Yeah, this is a little bit more respectable now for Eastbourne. We've got a drawn heat if the race stays like this, but Martin Dugard is not letting Tomasz Gollob get away. Martin's trying. There's Tomasz looking behind him, realises Martin Dugard is there in pursuit, but Josh Larson is also holding on to that third place, so this would make it a little bit more respectable.
Way at the back though, the rider in blue, Brett Woodfield. In front of him, the man in yellow and black is Josh Larson. Two races developing here, but into the final lap now. Tomasz Gollob stretches that lead ahead of Martin Dugard. The track providing less in the way of bumps, less in the way of bruises, and certainly more smoothness for the machinery now, as Tomasz Gollob in the red helmet colour takes the checkered flag ahead of Martin Dugard in second place. His teammate and partner Josh Larson in third. 3 points apiece, providing a share of the heat points. It's 43-23 in favour of Eastbourne, and a fine heat victory for Tomasz Gollob, yet to be beaten by an opponent tonight. And certainly Tomasz Gollob, the man of the moment here. Very popular. Gate 3, Tomasz Gollob from Ipswich, and Dean Barker, who provided a heat victory last time out. He goes from the outside and be looking to make it two in a row. Away goes the Starling Marshal, up go the takes, and from the inside, Chris Louis like lightning. Gollob goes with him. Dugard's got work to do. Barker's at the back. Dugard held back by Chris Louis, and now Gollob is away down the back straight. Gollob is away in front, picking up the racing line, and with one lap gone, this is surely going the way once again of Tomasz Gollob.
Oh, what more can we say about Tomasz Gollob? He came off the start position 3 in that race, gate 3, and what a start he made, straight into the lead, again dominating that first turn, did all the work. Chris Louis was with him. Chris also had to turn very, very sharp though, because he came off gate 1, lost his momentum, and Tomasz just dominates. He just flies, and you know, he's going around like an express train in this race, like a tram on a tram line.
And time to look back indeed to find where Chris Louis is. He finds Chris Louis with Martin Dugard putting on some pressure with 3.5 laps gone. Dugard will try and squeeze through into second place. Tomasz Gollob is out front. Dugard gets the right line. Dugard is through into second place now with 4 laps complete. A marvellous ride by the Eastbourne captain, and now he's out in pursuit of Tomasz Gollob with a lap and a half to go. Can Dugard catch the Wonder Man? Dugard is absolutely flying now with a lap to go, but Tomasz Gollob goes into that final lap in front now. Dugard is battling. Dugard is just 5 metres behind, but I still don't think he's going to catch Tomasz Gollob. Dean Barker has pulled up at the back. Tomasz Gollob in blue, but Dugard is coming through. Oh, almost just a bike length away. What a ride by the Eastbourne captain ahead of Chris Louis, but that's 4 points to 2 in favour of Ipswich. They finish 56-34, which gives Eastbourne a chance of pulling something back in the end. And that man, Tomasz Gollob, what a night for him. A paid maximum, another night of triumph for the Polish superstar. Martin Dugard beaten but not disgraced. Chris.
Today is I'm very tired tonight. It's flight Warsaw in England. It's 4 meetings every day. It's very good tonight.
It's a tough schedule for all of you, and we thank you for putting on a superb performance again tonight. But they're all here. Who would you pick out, Sam? Anybody you want to pick out?
Well, congratulations to you, buddy, for the max. Done well, man.
Thanks a lot.
Yeah, how do you feel? Pretty happy?
Yeah, pretty good. Sort of, you know, made some good starts, and Louis was there to help me for 3 races and let me go by, and great, brilliant.
All right, guys, I'm going to show you what I know you all want to see. We did this last week. Performing when you need them to.
That's right, yeah, the whole team's, I mean, you know, Jason done extremely well tonight. Sal with his first maximum was really nice to see, and we're all helping each other, and you have to do that to win these meetings. They're all tough.
Personally, you look ahead now to the semi-finals of the World Team Cup, so look, that's a big one for you as well. Yeah, Paul, you know, it's going to be a real tough challenge. We've got Denmark to contend with. I think they're going to be our closest rivals on the day. We've got a couple of home track specialists in there, so hopefully we can do it. Well, the crowd want to congratulate you. We'll let you...
Goes from gate.
The race victory, including one over Tomasz, of course, when he had mechanical problems at the end of heat number 4. And from the outside, it is Tomasz Gollob. and Ipswich, they need to win by 4-2 here to collect the bonus point. I think they'll be happy with the race, with just a 3-all to get the win on the night. The bonus point, well, it certainly would be a big bonus. Kingsley, of course, with a 3-all would give them a bonus point, a 4-2 would give them a draw, a 5-1 would give them all 3 points. The final race is underway. Oh, what's been an enthralling contest, and Tomasz Gollob out at the start when he leads once more. Tony Ricardson as they go down the back straight with Lee Adams in third, and Tony Swarbrick, he's at the back, but it is Gollob who's out in front. 6 laps, of course, the final race, and it looks as if the Dark Warrior may be giving Ipswich the 2 points here this evening. It looks as if Kingsley may collect the bonus point, as Tony Ricardson and Lee Adams were there in second and third. Tony Swarbrick at the back. So Tony Ricardson, who started off with 3 very good victories indeed, he got the win over Tomasz Gollob in heat number 11. It looks as if he was in unbeatable form, but he's been caught. He was beaten by Tomasz in heat number 13, and it looks like he's going to be defeated by him again in this final race as they go down the back straight for the 4th time then, coming round to a couple of laps ago, and Tomasz Gollob it is who leads the way. All the Ipswich fans are praying that he can keep going for another couple of laps. Of course, he had that machinery problems in his first ride, but he doesn't look to be having any sort of problems in this one. He's pulling away from the world champion, Tony Ricardson. Looks like in their personal duel, it's going to be 2-1 to Gollob, a lap to go, and it is the Ipswich number 5 who leads from the Kingsley number 1. Lee Adams in third, Tony Swarbrick still at the back. The riders a bit spaced out. It looks as if Ipswich are going to win here tonight by 2 points, as Tomasz wins the final race from Ricardson in second place. Lee Adams gets a point in third. Tony Swarbrick at the back. The Ipswich fans are delighted. This local derby really will have seen some excellent speedway racing, not too much overtaking, but well, it's certainly been close racing and very, very tight score. Never been more than 4 points between the side. Kingsley, of course, were led by a couple after heat number 11, but Ipswich have come back and have just sneaked it in the final race with a 3-all. Tomasz Gollob shakes hands with Lee Adams. Well done to him. He does the business in the final race. 89.4 the winning time, and being congratulated by his teammates. And well, it's going to be the bumps for him. And well, that's great scenes here at Ipswich. And well, that in fact competes Ipswich's home matches in the Elite League. They still got 3 away from home at Hull, at Poole and at Oxford, as Kevin Don gets the Witches fans to do the cheerleading. And Tomasz, well, it looks like he's going to go round on another lap on. He's absolutely delighted. Ipswich, well, they've still got hopes of winning this Elite League title then, as the Dark Warrior comes round on a thoroughly well-deserved lap of honour. Coming for the hour, coming for the man, and he certainly did the business in heats number 13 and 15. Ipswich then victorious by a couple of points here this evening. Kingsley, will they get something out of the match? Of course, takes 2 sides to make a good contest, and this certainly was that, as Tomasz continues with his acrobatics down the home straight. Kingsley, will they collect the bonus point? And well, what's he going to do this time? Well, the crowd, they really have been treated to an excellent local derby this evening. Tomasz, well, he finishes with a 13-point tally, and well, he's making his way back to the pits now, and as he does so, we'll take a look at all this evening's scores as Tomasz receives some more applause.
I've got me Tomasz Gollob and Magda Louis first. Magda, you must be pleased.
Well, I am very much so, because I didn't think for a moment the match was going to be as hard as it was. We all, fought very hard all the way, and which is good for public. It's not good for us to have a last heat decider. And I said to him before the last race, if you win this one, I will never ask you for anything ever again this season. And he said, you've asked me that 2 weeks ago. So, but I'm extremely pleased. The Kingston, they are a good side, home in Ipswich, it seems at the moment, but they're always very welcome, Tony Ricardson and the rest of them, and I'm very happy, I'm chuffed to bits.
And on to Tomasz now. Tomasz, he must be absolutely thrilled with 2 wins over Tony Ricardson.
Zadowolony jesteś z 2 zwycięstw nad Ricardsonem?
No tak, chciałem, żeby te zwycięstwa były w Bydgoszczy podczas edycji, ale myślę, że popracuję nad tym i łatwo nie oddam miejsca.
Well, I wish those 2 wins would be converted to 2 Bydgoszcz wins, but I'm going to work very hard not to give up my position.
Tomasz has always said that he judges his riding by how good Tony's going. Is that still the same?
Zawsze mierzysz swoją formę na Ricardsonie, czyli
tak, jest to można powiedzieć najlepszy zawodnik świata i jeżeli z nim się wygrywa, znaczy, że jest i forma, i starty, i wszystko, to powinno być.
Well, he's the best, one of the best, if not the best, the rider of the world, and if you can win over him, that means your starts are good and you're riding a good line, and obviously it's a nice feeling.
And of course, got Bydgoszcz next week, very important Grand Prix. How's he feeling?
Najważniejszy mecz życia Bydgoszczy za tydzień. Jak się czujesz przed nim?
No jestem bardzo, troszkę zmęczony, ale popracuję na tym, żeby wyciszyć się i naładować właśnie na te zawody.
Well, I am a bit tired at the moment, you know, all this sort of long season is catching up with me, but I will put no less than 100% to win at Bydgoszcz because I know how vital it is for myself.
I was going to say, a good meeting at Bydgoszcz and one hand is on the World Championship trophy.
Jak wygrasz Bydgoszczy, to jedną rękę już będziesz miał na trofeum.
Jeszcze muszę wygrać, ale będą to ciężkie zawody i mam nadzieję, że godnie powalczę.
Well, I have to win it first. The light is hand on a trophy, but it's going to be very, very hard. Perhaps people don't appreciate how hard it's going to be, but I'm going to fight all the way.
And finally, last heat decider, last heat win over Kings Lynn. That's just what Ipswich public wanted, wasn't it?
Ostatni bieg uszczęśliwiłeś całej Ipswich.
Jeżeli tak było, to się bardzo cieszę. Po to tutaj jestem, żeby właśnie w trudnych sytuacjach wyciągać mecz i wygrywać dla siebie.
Well, I feel that I'm here to do the job in a crisis situation. I've been contracted. I've been told very specifically. I'm leading. Me and Chris, we're leading a team, and I just done it what I've been contracted for.
Lovely. Thanks very much, Magda.
Thank you.
Thomas.